What if I told you that the wealthiest people don't use their own money to get rich? It sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Think about it. How many self-made billionaires do you know who built their fortunes purely from saving up their paychecks? From property to businesses to investments, the rich have mastered one powerful concept: other people's money. They understand that using OPM strategically is like unlocking a cheat code to building wealth. And the best part? This secret isn't just for the ultra-wealthy. Welcome to Wealthfully Yours, where we expose the money secrets the rich don't teach in school. I'm here to break down these complex financial strategies into actionable steps that you can use to level up your own financial game. Today's topic: how the wealthy build empires using other people's money, or OPM. We're diving deep into what OPM is, how it works, and most importantly, how you can start leveraging it to accelerate your own path to financial freedom. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's unlock the power of OPM together. Alright, let's break down this whole OPM thing. OPM stands for other people's money. It's using funds beyond your own to build wealth. Instead of relying only on savings, you tap into external resources. It's not about shortcuts. It's about smart strategic leverage, like using a mortgage to buy a home. Classic OPM in action. Mastering OPM means accelerating your path to financial freedom. OPM isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It comes in many forms, each with unique benefits. Bank loans and mortgages are the classics. Venture capital fuels startups with funding and mentorship. Private equity targets established companies for growth. And crowdfunding lets the public back ideas directly. Now you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but OPM is only for established businesses or people with millions in the bank, right? Wrong! OPM is accessible at all levels of wealth, and honestly, you don't need to be a millionaire to start leveraging it. Remember that mortgage example we talked about earlier? That's OPM in action for everyday individuals. Even starting a small business can be made possible with a small business loan. Again, OPM. The key is really about understanding your options and finding the right fit for your specific situation and goals. Let's say you're passionate about photography and dream of turning it into a full-time gig. You could use a personal loan to purchase professional-grade equipment, build a website, and market your services. Or you could explore crowdfunding platforms to raise capital for a specific project, like publishing your own photography book. The point is, OPM isn't reserved for the elite. It's a tool available to anyone with a solid plan, a willingness to learn, and the discipline to manage debt responsibly. It's about understanding that you don't have to go it alone on your journey to financial success. One of the key reasons the wealthy love OPM is leverage. Leverage means using borrowed capital to amplify your returns, like a multiplier for your investments. With OPM, you can control more assets than your own capital allows. For example, a $100K down payment could help you buy multiple properties. But leverage carries risk. If values drop, you still owe the debt. Used wisely, leverage can accelerate your wealth-building journey. Let's bring OPM to life with a real-world example. Real estate. Real estate is practically synonymous with OPM. Mortgages let you use the bank's money to buy appreciating assets. As you pay it off, you build equity and wealth. House hacking, live in one unit, rent the rest, and cover your mortgage. Or go big with syndication, pool funds to buy commercial properties. With OPM, real estate offers endless possibilities. Now let's shift gears from bricks and mortar to the fast-paced world of startups. You know those billion-dollar tech unicorns? Most wouldn't exist without OPM, specifically venture capital. VCs are like fairy godparents, funding high-growth startups and helping them scale. Think Uber, Airbnb, Facebook, all VC-backed in their early days. But getting VC funding isn't easy. They bet on bold ideas with big potential. For the lucky few, VC can be the rocket fuel that launches a startup into the stratosphere. Now, not all of us are cut out for the high-stakes world of startups. Some of us prefer the stability and predictability of established businesses. But even in the world of acquisitions, OPM plays a crucial role. And one of the most powerful tools available to aspiring business owners is the SBA loan. SBA loans, or Small Business Administration loans, are government-backed loans designed to help small businesses access funding. These loans typically come with more favorable terms than traditional bank loans, making them an attractive option for entrepreneurs looking to purchase an existing business. The beauty of an SBA loan is that it allows you to leverage the government's backing to secure funding that you might not otherwise qualify for. This means you can potentially acquire a larger or more established business than you could with your own capital alone. And because SBA loans typically have lower interest rates and longer repayment terms, they can make the transition to business ownership much more manageable. So if you've always dreamed of being your own boss, but don't necessarily have the desire to start from scratch, acquiring an existing business with the help of an SBA loan could be the perfect path for you. Now, it's important to remember that OPM isn't just about the money. In many cases, it comes with added benefits that can be just as valuable, if not more so, than the capital itself. For example, when you secure funding from venture capitalists or angel investors, you're not just getting a check. You're gaining access to a network of experienced mentors, advisors, and industry connections. These individuals can provide invaluable guidance as you navigate the challenges of building and scaling your business. They can connect you with potential customers, partners, and even future investors. And their experience and insights can help you avoid costly mistakes and make more informed decisions along the way. Similarly, when you acquire a business using an SBA loan, you're not just inheriting the assets and operations, you're also gaining access to the previous owner's knowledge, expertise, and relationships. This can be incredibly valuable, especially during the transition period as you're learning the ropes and establishing yourself as the new owner. So as you can see, OPM is about more than just the money. It's about leveraging external resources to accelerate your growth, mitigate risk, and gain access to valuable knowledge and connections that can help you achieve your goals faster and more effectively. Now, let's talk about why the wealthy love OPM. It all comes down to leverage. Think of it like this. You could buy a $500,000 rental property with your own cash, or you could put down 20%, that's $100,000, and get a bank loan for the rest. Suddenly, you control a valuable asset with just a fraction of the upfront cost. That's leverage in action. The rich understand that their own money is finite, but their ability to borrow and attract capital, that can be almost limitless if you play your cards right. By using OPM, they can control multiple assets simultaneously, amplifying their potential for returns. And this doesn't just apply to real estate either. Think about businesses. Instead of bootstrapping slowly, entrepreneurs can use venture capital to hire faster, expand into new markets, and outpace the competition. It's all about maximizing your impact with the resources available. Time is money, right? Well, OPM lets you manipulate time in your favor. Imagine trying to save up $1 million to buy an apartment complex. It could take years, maybe even decades. But with OPM, you can potentially acquire that same property today and let the rental income pay down the loan over time. While you're earning passive income and building equity, that same asset is likely appreciating in value. So not only are you using other people's money to build wealth, but you're also benefiting from market appreciation, without having to wait years to save up the full purchase price. This accelerated growth is a key reason why the wealth gap seems to widen. Those who understand and utilize OPM effectively are able to seize opportunities faster and compound their returns at a much quicker pace than those relying solely on their own savings. Now I know what you're thinking. Isn't using other people's money risky? And yes, there's always an element of risk with any investment. But here's where the smart part comes in. The wealthy don't just blindly borrow money. They use OPM strategically to manage and even mitigate risk. First, they focus on income-generating assets. Whether it's a rental property generating cash flow or a business loan used to expand operations and increase profits, the goal is to have the asset itself cover the debt. This way, even if the market fluctuates, you're not left holding the bag. Second, they diversify. Just like you wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, savvy investors spread their risk across multiple assets and even different asset classes. This way, if one investment underperforms, it doesn't cripple their entire portfolio. Here's a secret. The wealthy are absolutely obsessed with preserving their capital. They understand that, well, losing money is easy, but making it back, That takes time and effort. OPM, or other people's money, allows them to keep more of their own money safe while still putting it to work. Think of it really like a safety net. So let's say you invest $100,000 of your own money in a business venture. If the business fails, you've lost your entire investment. Ouch! But if instead you had secured a $100,000 loan for that same venture and it failed, yes, you'd still be liable for the loan repayment, but your initial $100,000 would still be intact. Of course, you never want to default on a loan, obviously, but this just illustrates how OPM can act as a buffer, protecting your personal capital from those devastating losses. It's not about avoiding risk altogether. It's about taking calculated risks and having safeguards in place. Alright, so you're ready to start leveraging OPM like the wealthy? Great! But before you rush out and take on any debt, remember the golden rule. Only use OPM for assets that have the potential to generate income or appreciate in value. This means no using loans to fund vacations, buy depreciating assets like cars, or rack up credit card debt. Just don't. OPM is a tool for building wealth, not funding a lifestyle you can't afford. Think of it this way. You're essentially using debt as a partner in your wealth-building journey. But just like any good business partner, you want to make sure the investment makes financial sense. Here's a key concept that trips up a lot of people. The return on investment, or ROI, must outweigh the cost of capital. In simple terms, the money you make from using OPM needs to be greater than the interest you're paying on that borrowed money. So, let's say you take out a business loan with a 5% interest rate. To make this a worthwhile use of OPM, your business needs to generate a return greater than 5% after covering all expenses. Otherwise, you're just digging yourself into a hole. This requires, honestly, careful planning and research. Before taking on any debt, analyze the potential returns, factor in all associated costs, and make sure the numbers make sense. And hey, don't be afraid to walk away from a deal if the ROI just isn't there. One of the biggest mistakes people make with OPM is not having a solid repayment plan. Before you borrow a single dollar, you need to know exactly how you're going to pay it back. I mean, this might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people overlook this crucial step. Will you be using rental income to cover the mortgage payments? Are you factoring in debt repayments into your business's cash flow projections? Do you have a contingency plan in case of unexpected expenses or market downturns? Having a detailed repayment plan not only gives lenders confidence in your ability to manage debt, but it also provides you with peace of mind. Knowing you have a clear roadmap for repayment takes the stress out of using OPM and allows you to focus on what really matters, growing your wealth. Here's the truth about OPM. It's all about trust. Lenders and investors are more likely to entrust you with their money if you've proven yourself to be a responsible borrower and a savvy investor. This means building a solid financial track record. Start small. If you're new to the game, don't expect to walk into a bank and secure a multi-million-dollar loan right away. Begin by building good credit, managing your personal finances responsibly, and demonstrating your ability to generate returns on smaller investments. As you achieve success, document everything. Keep detailed records of your investments, cash flow, and profits. This information will be invaluable when it comes time to approach lenders or investors for larger sums of money. Remember, trust is earned, not given. The middle class uses their own money. The wealthy use other people's money. And now, you can too. Remember, OPM isn't some secret reserved for the elite. It's a powerful tool available to anyone willing to learn the ropes and use it responsibly. By understanding the strategies outlined in this video, you can unlock a world of opportunities and accelerate your journey towards financial freedom. Our next recommendation to watch on Wealthfully Yours, the proven path to financial freedom. Most people miss. No fluff, no hype, just strategies that work. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss it.